What is going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a little bit different. If this is your first time here, my name is Zach. Some people call me Rip. I really talk a lot about finance, credit, personal credit, business funding, and of course, travel hacking on this channel. But today, I'm going to be a little bit philosophical because this is my channel. I like talking about things that can help you even outside of the finance space. And this really had me thinking a lot, and I thought it'd be valuable for others. This is pretty much a reminder to myself as well. Now, why this is coming up is last night I was actually watching a football series from the University of Nebraska talking about the preseason, what's going into the season. I actually don't know any other college football team that's doing content like they are doing. It is really sweet. It's got me pumped up. And if you guys don't know, I'm a former baseball player at the University of Nebraska, so go Big Red Baby. So it's got me pumped up for the season. Hopefully we get 7-8 wins. But it was Matt Rhule talking to the team in one of their meetings. And what he said really struck with me. And of course, he's talking to young college kids, right? 18 to 23 years old. And this is a really imperative time of how you can create changes and change your habits and build discipline and become an individual that you want to become for your future. And what he said was, sometimes your actions speak so loudly, I can't even hear what you're saying. Sometimes your actions speak so loudly, I can't even hear what you're saying. And you could change it up to make sense to yourself as sometimes my actions speak so loudly that I can't even hear what I am saying. And he was making it apparent, and it really struck me and had me reflecting and thinking about things, which was right now, at any moment, you can decide to try to become the best version of yourself possible, to try to build the habits, build the discipline, become the individual, change the identity of the person, the life, the experiences, the career that you want in your life. And he also said, you can accomplish anything that you want in your life as long as you put the time to do it. I think it's really important, especially when you notice a lot of your flaws. He said, right now, we are here to try to understand your flaws. You are here to reflect and see what is holding you back as an athlete, what is holding you back as a person, as an individual, and how can you change that? How can you change that to become what you want in your life? So I want you guys to sit down and actually think about that. Sit down and actually take it in and understand, okay, what are the things that are holding me back? What am I not disciplined in? What are my goals? What are my dreams? What are my aspirations? Because if you want a different career, if you want better relationships, if you want better experiences, and you were the person that had those, you would already have them. But if you don't, and you still have those goals, at some point you're going to have to change your identity. You're going to have to leave who you are today and become someone different and build that up. And you have to have patience along with that, but you also have to understand that it takes time. You have to put time towards it. It's uncomfortable, it's awkward, it's challenging, it's hard. But everything that precedes challenging things, everything that battles your mind, and then you come out the other side and create something different, create something special, create a life that you want, that's the enjoyable part about life. Life is hard. life is definitely hard. It's challenging. But the most important things is finding purpose in that challenge and finding out who you want to become, who you want to be, and how to get there. And I think we all hit these points in our lives where, we want something more, but we don't want to admit that the problem is yourself. It really is yourself. And I was also reflecting because I wrote a thread, and I'll pop it up on the screen talking about Twitter OGs. I've been on Twitter since 2018, 2019. I created a Twitter account outside of my personal Twitter account so I could start following people that interested me in online business. And it really got me looking into online business and entrepreneurship. I always wanted to be successful. I always wanted to make money. I always wanted freedom. I just didn't know the route that I was going to take because no one around me, no one in my circle, no one in my family was in entrepreneurship. They worked corporate jobs. That's the way they did. Put money in the S&P 500, invest, retire, and that's the way that people live. That's a good life for them. But I always wanted something different. In Money Twitter, as you can see from the thread, I talk about the people that impacted me, but also had me thinking about different ways and giving me new ideas and putting me in a new echo chamber of information that allows me to even create content and work on different businesses and try different things and really explore the part of myself that I have not really given my time to do or myself to do at the time. So I wrote that tweet and I talked about it, and I talked about the impact it had. And it has me reflecting, which is why I'm creating this video as well, is I think it's extremely valuable because it's a reminder to myself at that time I didn't take action on, building a brand on X or Twitter and talking about the challenges and things that come with trying things and starting online business, even though that's the most important part, is talking about the good things and the bad things and documenting the process. Large part of this YouTube channel, large part of why I want to not only just create videos on finance and credit, but also just talk about things that come from my knowledge and my experience in this world, because I think it'd be helpful for a lot of people. But once you start jumping into the real world after the age of 25, which is why this is so apparent for anyone who is younger than 25, because you have the ability to quantum leap, to make massive changes to your habits and your discipline so much faster. The older you get, you're dealing with so many more things. You're dealing with 10 more years of bad decisions, bad habits that you have to break down. And if you're 40 or 50 watching this video, you can do the exact same, but you have to have the awareness and reflectiveness to understand, okay, these are the things that are holding me back. But back to the real world, that is how the real world operates. Once you're in the real world, all that matters is whether you are consistent with your word and you can get things done, especially in entrepreneurship and business and trying to do your own thing. The way that you make a name and a reputation for yourself is by doing the things that you say you're going to do for someone. You solve problems for other people and you do them quickly and you do them fast and you do them a good job. And that's how the real world works. Once you get over the age of 25, you are no longer the young guy or girl with potential. You aren't. You now have to prove it through your word, through your actions, which is why your actions are so important. So let me repeat that again. Sometimes your actions speak so loudly that I can't hear what you're saying. And it reminded me of the things that we hear people talk about all the time. I wish I would have done this. I'm going to do this. I want to do this. And then they don't end up taking action on it. They don't do it. We always have those friends or the people in our families or anything that say they're going to do something, but they don't end up doing it. And then everyone loses trust in them, or they don't believe them the next time because they've said it so many times, but there hasn't been any action behind it. There hasn't been any real proof behind it. And you never want to be that person. A lot of parents too, when you talk to parents, they always talk about the things that they wish they would have done. Do you want to be the person that is like that? Do you want to be the person at 40, 50 years old or even older that says, I wish I would have done something and you never even tried? It's better to try and fail than is to not try at all. And we know the saying, actions speak louder than words. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be hard. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, but as long as you're aware of trying to make a change, you don't have to do everything at once. Like with the morning routines, that's why those videos are, I'm a $10 million entrepreneur. This is my morning routine. That's why those are so popular of videos, is because everyone thinks that somehow this morning routine is going to turn you into a millionaire. No, we all need to figure out for ourselves, because we all have different upbringings, different parents, different identities. We're from different parts of the world, different experiences. All these things go into who we are and the decisions that we make and the actions that we take. And so you need to find out for yourself what works for you. You need to find out and test for yourself what works for you. So this is a reminder to myself, because I have been a culprit of it on my own, as we all are, saying we're going to do things and then not doing them and not taking action. And right, if you want to start that business or do that thing, you can't just keep watching YouTube videos. The only way that you're going to learn is by taking action, making 100 cold calls, sending 100 cold emails, reaching out to 100 different people. The only way you're going to know whether you can get fit, like if you don't want to be in entrepreneurship or business, but you just want to be in better shape, you want to feel better, you want to have a better mentality, you want better relationships, you know you got to go to the gym. We all know what we need to do, which is the action of going to the gym, but creating a system that works for you. I'm going to go to the gym 4 days a week. I'm going to walk every day for 15 minutes. I'm going to make sure that I eat healthy and then I'm not putting bad things in my body, because I know 6 months from now, I'm going to see the rewards from that. Right? That's discipline. Doing things that you don't necessarily want to do, that are annoying, that are challenging, but over time by doing them, they're going to get easier. You're going to get better. You're going to feel better. And keeping those promises to yourself is the most important thing. Because if you guys don't understand that every single time you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, I'm going to do this, I don't do it. I'm going to do this, I don't. I'm going to go to the gym today, but I don't go. Every single time you do that and you don't do it, you are consistently telling your brain, you are changing your brain chemistry for your brain to go, okay, it's okay to push this off. That's how people end up, 40 years down the line and they didn't do anything, or they're making up excuses for their own inaction. You are changing your mindset to become the default of not accomplishing and taking action. So the more times you don't take action on certain things, the more it is going to become your default. And then the harder it is going to be when you're older to actually make the changes. So this is that reminder to myself. This is that reminder to you guys as well if you're watching. I hope that this is a valuable video for you to listen to and to understand. Is what I want to try to do is get across to myself and those who are watching the video is your life is about you. right? It's about your decisions and your actions. It's about us conquering that what we do not well and becoming better at it, becoming a better person. And through repetition of keeping that word to ourselves, of keeping that trust to ourselves and building that discipline, time and time again, we start to actually scratch the pieces of our potential. And that's the enjoyable thing about life, at least for me at this moment, is telling myself I'm going to do something, committing to it, consistently taking action on it, and then hitting those goals, becoming better, shaping the identity of who I want to become for the life that I want and the things I want to achieve. Because at some point, if you have these big aspirations, these goals, you want a better career, better relationships, better experiences, better friends, the person that you are today is not going to be the person that has that. You have to reshape an identity. That's why I talk about why moving out of your hometown is so important, because when you're in your hometown, it's something that you're very comfortable with. It's easy to keep doing the same things. It's easy to hang around the same people who already have an identity of who you are. They know you for who you are there. But once you get out of it, you can create this new character. You can take more chances. You can become different without the ostracizing or the questioning of who you are back in your hometown. Getting in a new environment around new people allows you to build that character, to try new things, to create a new identity that will allow you to become better, that allow you to become different. As always, right? If nothing changes, nothing changes. I know that's not from Theo Vaughn, but you always see that on on videos of him saying it. It's very true. It's very true. So I hope this was valuable for you guys. I wanted to drop it on here. I know this is not my typical video. I talk about all things credit, travel hacking, business funding, but this is my channel and I like talking about things that are going to help me, that are also going to help those who listen, that can impact other people. It's a way for you guys to get to know me even better. And I like dropping these things because it's fun to talk about, it's fun to reflect on, and it's gonna be cool to look back on a couple years from now as well. So I appreciate you guys being on here. Appreciate you guys watching. If you got value, please drop down in the comments below. Please drop down maybe some things that you feel are holding yourself back, that you feel like you need to change and you need to admit to yourself and stop making excuses and do one thing at a time. Or you don't have to do everything at once. You can do one thing at a time, make those changes, do it repetitively for a period of time. That will become easier, and then you can add on small things after that, and then continue growing, expanding, becoming who you want to be, where you want to go, and you'll get there. Appreciate you guys as always. Talk soon. Peace.